That one friend who swears they can teach you like fluent English in a month.
Right.
We've all been there, right? But what if I told you there's like a whole new wave happening in ESL learning, one that involves AI? And no, I'm not talking about those robotic voices from those old language learning takes back in the 90s. Get this. We're diving into a world where AI chatbots are actually helping people with everything from like nailing the past perfect continuous tense to rocking those, super confusing English idioms. Buckle up, because today's deep dive is all about exploring how AI is totally revolutionizing ESL learning.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's making it more accessible, more engaging, and honestly, maybe even a little bit fun.
We've got a treasure trove of like research and expert opinions to unpack, so let's get right to it. First up, imagine this. It's 2 in the morning, you're struggling with English grammar, and suddenly you remember that AI chatbot everyone's been talking about. Could it really be your new ESL tutor?
It's really mind-blowing how AI is changing the entire ESL landscape. Remember those days of like rigid class schedules and wishing you had a native speaker on speed dial?
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, AI is making those hurdles a thing of the past.
Okay, but can AI really handle something as complex and nuanced as language?
Let's take ChatGPT, for example. It can whip up personalized grammar quizzes in a snap. It can craft dialogues for specific situations, like even something as simple as ordering a coffee or, prepping for a big job interview, all tailored to your level. It's like having a conversation partner available 24/7 who literally never gets tired of explaining the difference between since and for.
I'm already sold on the 24/7 availability. But it's not just about, memorizing those verb tenses, is it? It's about truly understanding and using the language.
Absolutely. And one of the most exciting areas where we're seeing this is in vocabulary acquisition.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine an AI that can not only define a word like articulate, but also give you, like real-life examples of how it's used in everyday conversations. It can even compare it to similar words like emphasize or convey.
It's like having a walking, talking, hyper-intelligent thesaurus. This is blowing my mind. But let's get real. Can AI really grasp those nuances of English idioms? Those expressions that make you question like the logic of the entire language?
Here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Some AI chatbots are specifically designed to decode those tricky idioms.
How?
They can explain what, say, beat around the bush really means, give you examples of how to use it, and even weave it into practice dialogues.
That's amazing. No more awkwardly saying kick the bucket when you mean to say pass away.
Precisely. And it's this ability to make learning interactive and engaging that has many experts so excited about the future of AI and ESL.
Okay, this is all super cool, but how does it actually help someone learning English?
Think of it this way. AI can be your personalized ESL tutor, available whenever and wherever you need it. It can help you practice speaking, writing, and even improve your pronunciation, all at your own pace.
So no more awkward silences when you're trying to order a coffee in English. That's a win in my book. But it's not just about individual learning, right? We came across some fascinating examples of how teachers are integrating AI into the classroom.
Absolutely. Some teachers are using AI tools to create more interactive lessons, like having students role-play business negotiations or even work together to write those catchy jazz chants in English.
Yeah.
Others are using it to generate personalized vocabulary lists, tailoring the words to each student's interests and skill level.
That's amazing. It's like having a personalized language tutor for every student. This is truly revolutionary stuff. But I have to ask, are there any downsides to all of this?
That's a great question, and one that, researchers are actively exploring. Some experts are concerned about the potential for bias in AI, especially in areas like automated writing assessment. For example, a recent study.
That rings a bell. I remember reading about an AI tool that analyzes not just individual sounds, but also your intonation and your rhythm,
Yeah.
right? Helping you sound more natural and fluent.
Exactly. It's like having a personal dialect coach, right in your pocket.
And it's not just about sounding like a native speaker, is it? It's about gaining the confidence to express yourself clearly and effectively in, any situation.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of confidence, let's talk about another area where ESL learners often, struggle, writing. Can AI really help with something as nuanced and, let's be honest, often terrifying as writing in a new language?
Absolutely. Remember those endless grammar drills and those awkward model essays we all had to memorize?
Oh, yeah.
AI is turning that old school approach totally on its head.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. How is AI making ESL writing more engaging and less panic-inducing?
Imagine this. You're working on an essay and you're not sure if you're using the right words or if your ideas are flowing smoothly. Instead of like waiting for feedback from a teacher, you have an AI writing coach available 24/7.
Hold on. An AI writing coach, that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It might sound futuristic, but it's becoming a reality for many ESL learners. AI tools like ChatGPT can provide instant feedback on your grammar, suggest synonyms for, those words you might be overusing, and even help generate like, topic-related vocabulary lists.
That's incredible. It's like having a tireless editor on call ready to whip your writing into shape. But can AI really understand those nuances of different writing styles? Like, could it help me write a formal email and then turn around and help me craft a compelling short story?
That's the beauty of it. AI can adapt to different writing styles and genres, offering, like tailored feedback and suggestions. It can even help you experiment with different voices and tones.
This is mind-blowing, but I have to ask, if AI can write essays and stories, doesn't that make, plagiarism a concern?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's crucial to use AI responsibly. Just like any tool, it can be misused, right?
Right.
That's why it's so important for teachers to guide students on ethical AI use,
Yeah.
setting clear expectations and emphasizing the importance of original work.
Absolutely. It's about using AI to enhance learning, not replace it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, AI can also be a really powerful tool for detecting plagiarism. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Fascinating. So it can be both part of the problem and part of the solution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It all comes down to how we choose to use it. And, this brings us to another exciting area where AI is making waves.
Yes.
Speaking practice.
Okay, tell me everything. I've heard whispers about AI chatbots becoming the ultimate conversation partners. Is that hype or reality?
It's becoming a reality.
Yeah.
Imagine having a conversation partner who's always available to practice your English with. Someone who is, infinitely patient and never judges your pronunciation. That's the power of AI chatbots.
I love the idea of a judgment-free zone to practice those, tricky sounds. It's like
Yeah.
having a personal pronunciation coach who never gets tired of hearing you stumble over squirrel or rural, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just pronunciation. AI chatbots can simulate those real-life conversations, like, ordering food at a restaurant, asking for directions, or even navigating a job interview.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. It's like having a pocket-sized conversation partner who's always up for a chat, no matter how, mundane or terrifying the topic. But are ESL learners actually, using these tools in the real world? Do you have any examples?
Absolutely. We found some inspiring stories of ESL learners using AI to, really achieve their language goals.
Yeah.
For instance, one student used ChatGPT to prepare for job interviews, practicing common interview questions and getting feedback on her responses. It's like having a mock interview without the pressure of a real one.
That's brilliant. I can see how that would be a game changer for anyone feeling nervous about job interviews, especially in a new language.
Exactly. And we found another example of a student who used AI to improve his pronunciation by getting phonetic transcriptions and audio examples of difficult words. He said it was like having a personal pronunciation coach available 24/7.
That's incredible. I can only imagine how helpful that would be for mastering those, subtle sounds that make English so tricky.
Absolutely. And these are just a few examples. We also came across countless stories of ESL teachers, integrating AI into their classrooms in, really creative and effective ways.
Oh, what? Tell me everything. I'm always on the lookout for, innovative teaching ideas.
Well, one teacher used ChatGPT to create interactive role-playing scenarios for her students, giving them a chance to practice, real-life conversations in a, fun and engaging way. Another teacher used AI to generate those personalized vocabulary lists, tailoring the words to each student's interests and learning levels.
That's amazing. It's like having a personal language tutor for every student. This is truly revolutionary stuff. But with all this talk about, the amazing things AI can do, it's important to remember that it's still a tool.
Exactly. AI can enhance our ability to learn languages, but it's up to us to use it wisely and ethically.
It's about finding that balance between, human expertise and technological innovation. But here's something I've been wondering about. We've talked a lot about AI for learning English, but can it be used to learn other languages as well?
That's a great question. And the answer is a resounding yes. AI is transforming how we learn all languages, not just English.
So how does that work? Could I, for example, ask ChatGPT to teach me Spanish?
It's not quite as simple as that yet, But AI can be used in many of the same ways we've discussed for English. It can provide personalized lessons, grammar and vocabulary practice, pronunciation feedback, and even conversation practice in a wide range of languages.
It's like having a multilingual tutor at your fingertips.
Precisely. And AI can translate between languages, which can be incredibly helpful for, understanding new words and phrases.
That's true, but we have to be mindful of the potential for bias in AI translations. Earlier, we touched upon how AI systems can sometimes, perpetuate existing biases, and translation is no exception.
Absolutely. It's crucial to be aware of the limitations of AI translation and to use it as a starting point, not a definitive source. Always double-check translations and seek out, human feedback whenever possible.
Makes sense. When it comes to language learning, nothing beats real-life immersion and interaction with native speakers.
Precisely. And that holds true whether you're learning English, Spanish, or any other language.
So again, it's all about finding that balance between human and artificial intelligence.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, it will be fascinating to see how it further transforms the way we learn and teach languages.
This has been an incredible journey so far. We've delved into the world of AI-powered grammar drills, explored the potential of, cross-cultural conversations with chatbots, and even peeked into the future of language learning. What a wild ride.
We've covered a lot of ground, but it's clear that this is just the tip of the iceberg. AI is already making a significant impact on how we learn and teach languages, and as AI continues to evolve, that impact is only going to grow.
So what does the future hold for ESL learning in this age of AI? What can our listeners look forward to?
Well, imagine a world where AI can not only teach you English, but also help you understand the cultural nuances of different English-speaking countries.
Wow, like having your own personal guide to navigate the nuances of British humor or decode those, mysterious American idioms.
Exactly. AI could analyze your speech patterns and give you feedback on, how to sound more natural in different social contexts. Imagine, gaining the cultural fluency to blend in seamlessly, whether you're at, a pub in London or a barbecue in Texas.
Okay, that's like next level stuff. It's like having a cultural chameleon in your pocket, adapting to, any situation. This is making me wish I had access to this kind of technology when I was learning a new language.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? What about the here and now? How is AI changing the game for ESL learners today?
Well, we're already seeing, incredible advancements in personalized learning. Imagine AI-powered platforms that, create, custom-designed language curricula based on, your individual needs and goals.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, it's like having a language program tailor-made just for you, focusing on your strengths and weaknesses, your interests, and even your learning style.
Precisely. AI can analyze your progress, identify areas where you need more support, and just adjust the curriculum in real time to keep you challenged and engaged. It's like having a personal language tutor who knows exactly how to, push you to succeed.
That's incredible. It's like having a personalized language learning roadmap guiding you towards fluency. And speaking of personalized experiences, what about the potential for AI to create more immersive learning environments?
That's where things get really exciting. Imagine stepping into a virtual reality world where you can practice your English in, realistic settings, like a bustling London market or a cozy New York coffee shop.
No way. It would be like having the best of both worlds, the convenience of learning from anywhere with the immersive experience of actually being there.
Exactly. You could have conversations with, AI-powered characters, navigate real-life scenarios, and receive instant feedback on your language skills, all within a safe and controlled environment.
This is truly mind-blowing. But with all this talk of AI and virtual reality, it's important to remember, the human element of language learning.
Absolutely. AI can be a powerful tool, but it can't replace, the human connection,
Yeah.
the shared laughter, the cross-cultural understanding that comes from, real-life interactions with people from different backgrounds.
It's about finding that synergy, right, between human and artificial intelligence. Using technology to enhance and enrich our real-world connections, not replace them.
Precisely. AI can help us break down those language barriers, making it easier to connect with people from all over the world. But it's up to us to nurture those connections, to embrace the beauty of cultural exchange, and to use language as a bridge to, understanding and empathy.
So well said. As we navigate this exciting new world of, AI-powered language learning, it's crucial to remember that language is more than just words. It's a powerful tool for building bridges, fostering understanding, and creating a more, connected and compassionate world.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, folks, it looks like we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of ESL learning in the age of AI. From personalized grammar lessons to virtual reality language immersion, we've explored the incredible ways AI is transforming, how we learn and teach languages.
It's been quite a journey, and it's clear that we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
As we wrap up, I have one final thought for our listeners. As you embark on your own language learning adventures, embrace the power of AI, but never underestimate the magic of, human connection.
And never stop exploring the world with an open mind and a willingness to learn from those around you.
That's a beautiful note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the future of ESL learning.
It's been a pleasure. Happy learning, everyone.